All right, guys. So today we are talking about Remine and how it can help you in your business for a couple different things, actually. So in the MLS, you can just simply click on the tax record shortcut right here, which will get you into Remine. And I want to show you how you can upload a list from your database into Remine to see, where is everybody at with things. I actually just did that for my mailings to make sure I was able to go over them, see if anything already had sold, and in a very easy way. So what you want to do is you want to click on carts, and then from carts, you want to hit that little upload button right next to carts, upload properties, okay? So once you click on it, it says your carded property limit is 10,000 properties. That's a lot of properties. So I got like still tons and tons left, so no worries. Now drag and drop to upload or browse to choose a file. And again, CSV is preferred. So just so you see it here, they have a sample. Make sure your file is prepared accordingly. You just simply select it, drop it in, and then it's going to upload. Now, I have done that part already ahead of time, so we're gonna be looking at something right here. Now, this one here is the address list I uploaded. And what happened is really interesting because the status of it that you see here in the back column, okay, is generally like, well, there's a couple ones. Okay, let's see. That's sorted by status. It'll take a minute. And the status that it's going to display is the pending, expired, closed, and then canceled. So obviously with a mailing address, you want to see what's on there that's closed that is actually from your buyers, and then you want to see what's on there that's closed that you had the opportunity for, because if they sold and listed with somebody else, you just want to make sure you're up to date on some of it, and then don't mail to people that have sold and they don't live there any longer either. So and right off the bat, I see here expired, 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 expired. Chances are this one is going to be a pretty decent one to look at a little bit deeper and see, is it expired status recent? And same with like the cancels. There's like cancels right here. Okay, there is one person on my list that's actively listed. So I should not be mailing to that person. But here you want to look at the cancels. You want to see if they canceled or if they are actually relisted in the private maybe, or if you have the opportunity to send them a handwritten note, and then you can get business from there. Nice thing too is you get to see the equity amount, okay? So seeing that equity amount here is a fairly nice thing for you to kind of see, okay, where are people at? How accurate is it? I can't tell you that exactly. It seems to be fairly in line with what it is, but that's not something we're really too concerned with. This one, oh, see, they're apparently negative. So anyhow, so this one, I hope it was helpful. There's a couple different columns in the back you can kind of check out, and uploading a list is super, super helpful. Now, a little tip based on a training I attended, you can pull a list of rental properties that you have in your area, and that list you can upload in here. And what you can get then is the landlord's property tax bill mailing address. So you can actually find them and say, hey, this one here seems to be one of your properties. Now, some landlords are, landlords by choice, and some are not. And especially with everything that went on in 2020 this year, how many people do you think still want to have the headache of a rental property for tenants that lost their job, tenants that can't pay, and courts that don't protect them? One of the things, I'm gonna find my phone real quick, but one of the things I wanted to read to you, and I'll share the article as well, is some of the proposed changes that we are going to be looking at in Cook County that are really going to mess some people up when it comes to their rental properties. So let me make sure I read it to you. It was a very good read on a blog that is dealing with tenant things. So one of the ones they're addressing will be late fees, and the late fee will have a limit, $10 per month for the first 1,500 of rent and 5% additional for rent above that. So with $2,000 monthly rent, the maximum late fee would be $35. They can't charge more. Security deposit. Right now, especially more in Chicago, the workaround to a security deposit loss is accepting non-refundable move-in fees. The new ordinance they're trying to pass will not allow collection of a non-refundable fee anymore, so that's a big one. Lease renewals, it will prohibit anybody to sign a lease renewal more than 90 days in advance, which I don't think is that big of a deal. Security deposit interest, that one is a big one. The original and proposed changes say that all security deposits be held in an interest-bearing account within an Illinois financial institution. Okay, so it did not need to be in an interest-bearing account before, so this one is definitely a little bit trickier. The focus on condition, in this one says it's focuses on penalties to the owners that do not maintain a certain level of condition to the properties. They need to keep the property safe and address ongoing and capital improvements. So this one might be a little bit tough. Disclosure of cost. They want to have all utility costs from the last 12 months of a rental unit disclosed to the new tenant. Based on occupancy, you know, one person versus 7 people, you know, I mean, there's a huge difference. I don't know if that's going to be really helpful, but okay. And then the biggest one that I found is abandonment and property. If the tenant left personal property that is of little value, the landlord must notify the tenant that the items will be disposed of. After sending the notice, the landlord shall store all personal property of the tenant in a place of safekeeping. Now, those are just a few of the things that are, and that's at the tenant's, at the landlord's cost, mind you. So that was just a few of the things that are in that ordinance that they're trying to pass. So again, think about, okay, what does it mean for people, and what, you know, how can it hurt people really? How can it hurt the accidental landlords, the ones that weren't able to sell and then they started the lease and now they're stuck with a headache, right? It's definitely not the courts fighting for them. So maybe look into targeting some of those and say, hey, you know, there's stuff happening. And what is it that I can do to get you out of that accidental rental situation? So find a list of rentals in your MLS, download it as a CSV file, upload it into Remine, and grab that property tax mailing address off of it. And it's a great way to start off the new year by having a list of people. And again, it's not mail once, okay? It's not mailed twice. You need to remember that sometimes the leases are not coming due until June, July. So it might take a little bit, but maybe it's a great strategy helping one of you guys find a new listing of somebody that's just ready to cash in, ready to get out from underneath that accidental landlord problem that some of them have facing. So that's it for today. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you have a couple other ideas. You can, like I said, use it for your address list to scrub it. You can use it to prospect for landlords. Personally, I do, you know, upload my cancels and expireds kind of to just kind of see. I started doing those to see, you know, where they are at. So monitoring those is definitely something that I think might be interesting. CMA requests, those are currently going in there as well. So Remine has amazing powers, and Remine also has training on their website. So what it does not do, I believe, is disclosing to you the contact information for the owner. But we'll do a training on HomeSnap. because I got some home snap plans in 2021 as well. So we're gonna do that, not next week. We'll see if we'll do it at a different time, but definitely something that can, let's see. I just want to check if the contact information is here. Oh, there's some, let's see. Yeah, no information available. So there's some information. Well, all right, so I'm gonna do some more brainstorming here on certain things, and then any questions, text works generally best. However, you wanna get a hold of me, and I'll help you have a fantastic start into your weekend. Bye, guys.